Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Leo for 2012. And this also applies if you have a Leo ascendant. So my Leos, it is the year 2012. Much has been prophesied about it. And yes, we've got a lot happening astrologically to support that. We've got 3 big planets changing signs, Jupiter, Neptune and Saturn all this year, along with a Mars and Venus retrograde. Venus is your love and your money, and Mars is your action and your passion. So much happening. And let me tell you where it's going to be happening in your life. I'm going to start out with the Mars retrograde. Mars goes retrograde on January the 24th until April 14th. And it's retrograde in your second house of finance. So what happens when Mars goes retrograde? The energy tends to slow down in the area of that, in that particular area of your life, so that you can reevaluate what it is you're doing. So likelihood is things connected with finance and money will slow down a little. So if you are wanting to push through a deal aggressively, it would not be a good time to do it during the Mars retrograde. It would be a good time, however, to let go and to allow maybe a renegotiation of a deal to happen. So that would be a good thing during the Mars retrograde, just not if you are pushing outwards, because when it's in the second house of finance, it's about you thinking about your finances and thinking about all the energy that you put into making money. And do you feel as though it's really well directed? Why are you working so many hours? What kind of work are you applying for? Would you like to do something more creative? All these things you should be thinking about and researching into while Mars is retrograde until April 14th, and plot a course of action during that time, and then take the action after April the 14th, because the energies will be more with you and you really should be able to increase your earning capacity after that time. So this should be a good opportunity for you. From February the 4th, we've got Neptune actually finally changes sign properly from Aquarius into Pisces, and that is in your 8th house. So this is very much again about finances again. Finance is going to come into a lot of question for you, I think, over this next year. And it's going to be important for you to be quite careful about joint finances. Any kind of financial deal that you get into with somebody else. With Neptune there could be misunderstandings as far as property is concerned, maybe with an inheritance. So you would just need to be extremely careful with any financial advisors you get, legal advisors, all these kinds of things. You just have to be careful about probably not the best time for you to lend money to friends or to family. So just try to keep things very formal with formal business arrangements, and then you should be fine. A great thing about having Neptune transiting your 8th house is it may well spark your interest in all the metaphysical subjects like astrology, numerology, healing, spirituality, karma, why we're here, all these kinds of things. It would also be a very good time for any kind of psychotherapy. We've got Venus going retrograde, Venus ruling your finance and your love, and it's from May the 15th until June the 27th. And it's retrograde in your 11th house of friendships, dreams and wishes. Very possibly a friend from the past could come back into your life. If you've had some problems with a friendship, there could be a reconciliation during this time. It's not the best time really for going into a love relationship. It's a good time for researching it, if you like, and you could well meet somebody during this time, but try not to overcommit yourself until the Venus goes direct, because you might find you don't like this person very much once it actually does go direct after June the 27th. It's not the best time for investing in expensive items or jewellery or very expensive clothing. That's not the best time to do that during this Venus retrograde. It may be a time when you look at your friendships and say, well, am I really feeling loved and appreciated by various friends? Or maybe there's an imbalance here, and maybe when Venus goes direct, you'll take some action on it. So that too, you may reevaluate your friendships, and as well your dreams and wishes during this time. With Venus going retrograde during that time, you may want to think about your dreams and wishes and whether what you're wishing for yourself, especially when it comes to love and money, to reassess that, and when Venus goes direct, then take action in those areas again. We've got Jupiter for the first 6 months of the year in your 10th house of career. So there really should be some more opportunities coming up for you in your career area. Some opportunity really to make yourself known a bit more. So Leos, you're not shy necessarily, at least depending on the placement of where the sun is in the chart, but for the most part you're not. Good time for delegating work, for organising work, and for expanding your career for the first 6 months of the year. Now the second 6 months of the year, from June the 12th onwards, Jupiter moves into your house of friendships and dreams and wishes again. So this would be a great time to increase your network of friends, to really look for common interests that you would share with other people. It would also be a good time to teach other people, to run trainings, to coach. Also a good time for doing any kind of public speaking and reaching out to the community and doing some good deeds maybe for humanity, for the community where you live or even beyond. Also a good time to look at your dreams and wishes and goals and set yourself maybe some bigger goals now. Not unrealistic ones, because Jupiter does tend to get a little over exuberant, but within certain parameters, it's a good time to revisit those goals and open them up and start to feel more excited about them, bring some more excitement, but certainly a good time to bring new people into your life and to extend your social network. We've got Saturn in your 3rd house until October the 5th. So it's up till then, it will be a very good time for studying, for learning, a course of study that will take you towards a professional career. That will be very good up until October 5th. After October 5th, Saturn changes sign again, goes into Scorpio until October of 2015. So it's in your 4th house, Leos, and this could mean some changes now in your home situation. Possibly a move, possibly some updating, some renovations. You may need to move to a different state, even to a different country. You may find that you may need to look after a family member or somebody, or there's some kind of restructuring of the family and how you relate to your family or just to your environment. But there will certainly be some inner changes, deep inner changes going on with respect to how you feel inside of yourself during this Saturn transit. Still got Pluto in the 6th, so some big transformational changes happening in the work area, and for you to still take your power in that area and not allow yourself to be bossed about, because especially Leos, you do not like to be bossed about at all. So there you have it. That's your year ahead, Leos. I wish you a great year, and you might want to have a reading done about what the aspects hold in your personal chart for this year and how you can make best use of those energies. You might want to ask me a question for $25, which I'll answer in an email of up to 150 words. I'd be delighted to hear from you. Thank you very much for listening. Bye for now.